Hey, welcome back. Took a couple days off. 3 or 4, I don't know how long it was in recording. It's actually now been a month since we started this. It was like episode 51, I think. Which also means that like 30 something came out, or 31 came out today. Got that built, and we're done. No, that goes all the way to the other village, the one that actually has villagers. This one's still dead. Or unpopulated, it's empty. Threw this together so I'd have, that's red. Oh, a bed machine of sorts. And then we got a tree over at the other, over there. Kind of got stuff I want to get done today, so I'm not going to talk too much about this, but this now is the primary portal. It means if I go in and come out, I'll be here again. Let me in here. And, yeah, it comes out here and goes up to where it used to be. So if I go here and turn around, I can just go up the ceiling. Access is up there. That way is the Blaze Factory, and this way gets us to the end portal. And doing that was really a matter of basically going through existing portals, turning around, breaking them, going out way different portals, until I managed to trick the system into thinking that the latest portal was, what I wanted. So that kind of works now. I have some stuff there's a couple of ways to do what I want to do today, and one of them's easy-ish, but less effective, less ideal. And the other is better, like really fast for what we want, but it's hilariously complicated, and I don't think we have time to do it in half an hour, especially if we're not starting over there. It's going to be 5 minutes into this by the time we get where we're going. So let's get down here. So this we've had, we got this far before. We haven't want this stuff, by the way. For reasons. That puts us in the dungeon, and from there you can go to the end portal, or into the end. This then obviously goes back up because I keep thinking we're level 100, and it's really technically not. But this gets us across the upper levels of the Nether this way, and this will get us, because I moved the portal at the swamp, so it's now basically another half a kilometer away from where it was, and therefore doesn't connect. Are you somewhere? Where are you?
I'm in front of you filling in a hole.
Oh, fun. Oh, yeah, that. Okay, so there is a portal in front of us, but it confused itself. It's a thing.
I didn't have anything with me to fill it in at the time, so...
I was thinking aim for 0, and I did, but this was for 5 meters to the side, so it's sort of stupid. It's fine. Yeah, getting down here, and then you can see the portal. This gets us to the swamp, where, apart from doing the bits of village stuff, which, it's also stuff, this puts us in here. Yeah.
Do you have a bed?
Yeah. You want to just sleep real quick?
Yeah.
Click on the ones above and lock in that we live somewhere.
I don't want to fight my way through, and I don't want to rebuild that chest again.
Yeah. Alright, grab the bed, because I'm not too concerned about getting killed in the next couple of minutes. I probably should be, but I'm not. Make our ways up this and see if there's any lingering creepers, because probably. Alright, so which way do you go from there? It's not that way, that's all filled in. Must be over here.
I think over this sort of path.
I don't know why that portal happened, it just did. Yeah, I see where I'm going. Alright, so here's the real, there's no creepers, right? Here's the real bed, I live here, yay. That's all blown out. Including, to some extent, the sides we need to patch up here and there, because dynamite's hard to predict where it's going to blow itself to, but... And then, at the very bottom, there were some things I just couldn't reach, so I wound up just kind of telling it, slash fill, get rid of lava, whatever. But, for the most part, this is half a kilometer wide, and, sea level tall from nothing. Have some things to work with, which is good. Got some diamonds out of it. And that's that. And then in the middle, and probably the best thing I could do is put wings on, because we're here to get this stuff anyway. Oh, here, I brought this along because we don't have the right kind of tree around here. If you want to set up, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have lights in there? I have lights on me, which I don't
think
need
I have
on me.
some lights.
There you go. So just build a tree thing. Let me fly. Let me get over here, try to get it to load. That's the center point, which I have information about. Yeah, see, it's just occasionally the dynamite does a little stupid, so it's kind of neat looking, but it's not what I was after. We can fill it in. It's not important to anything. This is all emptied out, so that's great. Which, incidentally, I realized toward the end that all I really had to do was bomb down to where it wouldn't be within our sphere of influence if we build an AFK thingy above this. But that's the middle, which I should probably focus on in landing. And then I'll just build my way up there with this stuff. And the reason it matters where the middle is, it just matters. It's not like the whole area is, hey, let's make witches happen. It's kind of really a small, I think it's 7 by 9 meters, so 63, like a stack of material would give us the entire spawning point for witches. Which isn't kind of, that's a way to do it, it's not what I have in mind. That's pretty close to the middle. Goody, I hate that. Oh, what in hell? Damn. Okay, so we could also use floor. Which one? I don't know which one of these I was doing. It doesn't matter, I guess. I'll just pick that one. Click. Get up there and we'll talk about how this works. Yeah, there's a way you can do it with pistons and soul sand, and it kind of shifts, and it just you get so many witches in 0 time. It's just fast. It's also obscenely complex and awkward, and I don't know if that's what I want to be trying to do right now. The simpler version is, if you remember the platform we built in the nether to make pigmen happen, and then there's a turtle egg in the middle they all rush to. We basically build that in reverse, meaning they won't rush to the middle and fall down. The middle would have a dispenser with water in it that pushes them to the edge and drops them. So we have a larger, if that's the middle, and I don't know if it could be for what I'm talking. See, here's the thing. I'm going back and made a note. Well, I made a screenshot technically here of from when we found this. In theory, and incidentally, that being, I'm looking at these numbers. That being 64 means this thing is at sea level. That's as good as it gets with one of these. So, based on that, if we had platforms at like 62, 65, and 68, I think, that would get us as many witches as we could ever get. Meanwhile, that's 2770 at 304. And then, the obsidian is where it is. Technically, the spawning point for witches starts in that spot that doesn't have a block, but it could. So calling that 1. Going this way, it's 7. Going that way, it's 9. That's what we have to work with. I don't think I need this. I just thought I would point out that I had numbers to... If I want to do the complicated one, we need that. We need that information. What I think I want to do, at least for the moment, and see if it works, If that was 64, that's important to know. This is 68. So give me that. Lose that because the uppermost... Okay, that's wrong. I hate scaffolds. Please just jump. The uppermost level would have to be this. I do know that was the middle of the witch hut, swamp hut, whatever it's called. So, looking at, well, 71 by 8, fine. 72, 71. So that's actually not where I want that, but that's fine. That is the middle. And then I have a couple of things that I went ahead and made in advance thinking I was going to try this. Let's just give me one of these. Let's see if I'm right about something. And put this right in the middle. If I am right, I think we can do it twice more going down. What's in there? That wouldn't be the worst thing to have a bunch of this stuff. Get that out of my way so I can pick this back up. Okay. And so that being the middle, if we build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How to work. And then just kind of make a diamond because I want. If I could have just done that. Let me put this in here. That would go in there. I don't have any way to activate it right now. I don't even think I have the means to make a button, but I'll show you why it matters, assuming I've got the numbers right. Which I don't need these, are in my way. I can see if I got it right. That's the important part. Goes all there. Put that away because it's just awkward. Fill in. That scaffold can just stay there until I do something from somewhere else because it's going to be awkward. Goes there, goes, stuff. And then that's right. That needs to go there. And I think if I get this filled in where I expect it to go, if I put water on top of that dispenser, it's going to flow to the edges, leaving no dry spots and not going over the edge. We want it to be precisely where all this is. And technically what I'm doing, I suppose, would also allow other monsters to spawn, but I don't much care. If it wants to give us skeletons and things, it won't hurt anything. We'll just get extra loot. The important thing is we want witches for sure, because they have gunpowder and redstone and whatever else we want in large numbers that we don't have to go find in the world. So with that in place, move that, give me... So if that thing were turned on, water would happen and look like this. It goes to the edges, goes to the edge, all edges, and there's nothing going down, right? Perfect, okay. Try to get away from the edge before I die. Put that away because it was testing. This now is on its own where witches would be. Incidentally, I'm just gonna leave that there, and this will be our ceiling. It doesn't matter how high up it really. I just thought of something. I'd rather be up there. That. Damn it to hell! Am I gonna get it back? No. Oh, that wasn't even remote. And why am I still full? Okay, apparently I'll go get stuff. That was just dumb. Or where it went. It's not even like I'm out. It's 3 things of iron and some water in it. It's not a big deal. It just bothers me that I lost it. Is it really getting dark again?
Yep. Got used to the lag, did you?
Apparently. There's that one block I lost earlier. I don't see the bucket, and I just don't care anymore. Give me my rockets. I jumped and flew, and you lied. What the hell? I hate lag. I'm on my way.
Mm-hmm.
I could fire the rocket again, but it would just throw me into the side of something. So, I should be able to do this. Anyway, so now that bucket's missing, but whatever. Oh, so the thing with, apparently recently, like somewhere in 1.14, things changed a bit so that the way monsters spawn is, it anticipates some kind of clumping factor. Oh, I don't have the bucket. Well, I have that bucket. It's the whole reason I had it. Was to get the hell up there and not get stuck doing what just happened to me. Give me that. Get there. So, to put a cover on this to allow witches to happen. And we might as well, it doesn't really hurt anything. So that was, 1, because that's directly over the dispenser, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the old way of this being a thing, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is that what I'm doing would be enough. And it still is, but if we 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if we extend it out a bit, it'll allow for something. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 9, actually. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to build it out a bit. So, I don't exactly know what the numbers are. So I'm going to guess, just blindly, I mean, why not, that if we fill all of this in as a square, I really do want to know something, so I don't want it to be asymmetrical. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Use that for now. If I make a square out of this and then a diamond above that, or outside of that, I think that'll be okay. Should be. Oh, I'm thinking diamond and I'm not ready for that. So, fill all these and hopefully I've got enough material. And this should be enough. I don't know if we're going to have time to fully get this thing working. I'm certain we're not, because it would also include setting up hoppers at the bottom for the witches to land on and die and then give us their stuff. That's going to take some time. But it's also not much different than it's something we could do and then go back and say, here's what it looks like. It was easy. The bigger concern for now is I want to make sure we get witches spawning, because we haven't tried this yet. I mean, I assume it'll work. I don't know why it wouldn't. I do know that as much as I'm doing this, we should probably put slabs on top of it. I was going to say replace, but that just sounds, now that I've started doing it, I don't really want to. I'll just add more to it. It'll be easier. And that way or put glass on it or something. That way we won't have unauthorized monsters spawning up here. The whole reason for bombing all this out was to prevent other monsters from getting in the way of the numbers. And, with everything I'm building right now, is just working against my larger plan. Anyway, this is all a solid square. I might be overkilling this, but I don't really care. We got the material to work with, although some of it might not be on site. We might have to go back to the fish factory and get scale, whatever they're called, shards. But I think once I have this, and then just, oh, that's weird. It's okay, it's just weird. I totally forgot that was going to be once it's a square, there's no other basis. You just have to count, basically. So, put this down, and I'll just basically go around in little circles until I'm done. It's going to be the easiest way to get it right. If the obsidian were on a reasonable number, and I don't even know what number it's on, but if it was like a 0 or a 0 or 5 or something, it'd be a lot easier to count. Particularly if it were like 0 by 0, then you could just go out in a certain number in any direction. But then it wouldn't be the swamp, and that doesn't help us. What I'm thinking generally is we do... Where are we? 20 minutes. I thought it said 30 already. We do what I'm doing to cover up the spawning platform down there, which right now isn't going to spawn anything because I'm too close to it. But the reason the dispenser is where it is I figure I can probably... Here's what I'm thinking. Put the water's in there. That part's done. Underneath it, and I'll probably have to move stuff around to fit myself in while I'm setting it all up. Fit in an observer beneath the dispenser looking down and waiting for new information. And then beneath that is the next dispenser with water that comes out. I think, and I'm not sure, so we'll find out over time, that an observer seeing water come out of a dispenser should register that as a block update, and it'll do its little observer things. Which means all we really need is a clock setting up the out of 3 levels. The clock would tell the lowest dispenser what it's going to do, and the observer above it would tell the next one, and then the observer above that would tell the third, and then we'd have that whole system, and we'd have 3 levels of water as needed to have. So let me get this part done just so we can see if witches happen to us. And then I'll fly it. Well, first I'll fly away and then we'll see what happens. But this will also be big enough to come back and land on, which I'm going to like a lot. And in the longer term, once it's working, once we know it happens, we can set up a place to stand above the middle of this thing by 30 odd meters. And that will allow the witches to spawn on these platforms, but obviously nothing else, because nothing right now anywhere, nothing can spawn in the world based on where I am at all, because I'm 128 meters or more from any possible surface. There's air and there's bedrock down there, which is irrelevant. So at this point I'm taking longer to walk to the next point than I would. I'll just finish it. Right? Yeah. And get my box back and then fly away. I might be going out too far. I mean, there is no too far. It's not going to hurt anything, but this might be needless. How far I'm going. Yeah, whatever. Once this, and during the day, it's not going to matter. Once we have a little distance, I could even just build straight up, but I wouldn't be able to see what happened. So let's start with flying the hell away. Oh, really? Oh, what in hell? You are so stupid with this. What worked last time doesn't work this time. It's just bad. Go away. Should fill up with witches relatively quickly under the covering. Like there might be some there right now. There aren't. Okay, well, that scaffold no longer helps me in any way where it is. But, down here, obviously, nothing can spawn because bedrock, so we don't have that. Now this is going to go everywhere. Yeah, we could cover up this with something like glass. be a lot of glass, though. Because, I mean, it's 128 squared, which is 16,384, which isn't true because I've done that. It's 4 times that. So we would need like 100 stacks of glass, roundly. Might be a little more, in fact. Why don't you... You were flying! Why do you not believe me about the rocket? Damn it. Witches? I don't see any witches. It shouldn't matter whether it's daytime because of that covering. In fact, at night we might just get stuff on the covering. Huh. I'm going to come to you so we can sleep. And then I guess we'll figure out why we don't have witches yet. Because I would fully expect them right there. If the altitude's good, that's not what I want. Get into bed without firing this thing, maybe. Actually, it occurs to me with you standing right here. Well, 2 things. 1, I might get witches over there while I'm standing there. And 2, you're keeping this all alive. So, at minimum, if you want to go to the middle, you'll probably find a couple of scaffolds on the ground.
Okay.
4 of them, perhaps. Fly, idiot. That might be why witches aren't happening.
I was building up wood.
I get it. It's fine. But do I have... Oh, yeah. Totally. Give me one of these. Well, if I'm standing here, though, we still have that. Are you down there yet?
Almost.
Wait, well, you see the shadow. That's what you're aiming for. What I'm curious... Well, I can just find this out. Let me stand right here and look down. If there's anything but you, there's 0 of anything. Okay. That's not really perfect, then. Stay down there, I guess. You should be within range, technically, from where you are to instigate this. Just because I don't care. What? You're right there. You're still on your... Oh, I forgot the rocket.
Yeah, I'm on the way.
No, it's okay. What matters... You know, I could do it... Oh, damn it. No, I can't. First I have to land correctly, and then I can try something. Okay, whatever. Give me 60. I'll just put them right on that. So if I go up 32, which means I have 28 left. Right? Yeah. This, first of all, will give us a position. That you're down there should be irrelevant because you can't possibly trigger, and if you're directly underneath, you can't make anything spawn anywhere. But where I just was. Which, you know, itself arguably means something could spawn on top of the thing because we haven't slabbed it. But let's see what numbers. There's 1, which I assume is you.
Yeah, I'm under it now.
Out of 4 things in the world, so there's probably a couple of scaffolds spinning somewhere. I would think this would work, and I'm a little annoyed that it's not working. Two. Something just popped in. I assume it's a witch. Probably didn't need the rocket right then, but whatever. That's a creeper. That's something also that could happen. But that's fine. If that gets knocked down, we get that instead. That's cool. It's still gunpowder, which is kind of why we're here. So if I were up... Can you actually just land on one of these, or is it you go right through it? Witch! Now I'm playing Left 4 Dead. Witch! Hi. Lots of witches. That's exactly, I guess it just took a second to really catch, I don't care. Catch everything.
Spider?
Yeah, well, that's not. But the point is, are they like falling down at you?
Yep.
Oh, neat. Well, they're stupid then. Enderman. But with the water pushing them to the edge, it'll be a waterfall. So what I would want, let me get up there so I can point, it's still going to have to be fast. Dispenser in the middle of that thing throws water out when I tell it to. And in theory, because an observer told that one that water beneath it had come out, and then that again, And beneath that, we can just set up a hopper clock that, for all I care, because I don't need the numbers to be that high. As long as, with that many witches, that's a hell of a start. And, again, in a few seconds. So if I set up a hopper... Now they're talking over me. I gotta go. Oh, damn it. It's so horrible. Why won't you fly, you moron? If we set up a hopper clock, bright side, nothing landing is going to survive to bother you. Just get stuff out of it. That'll probably disappear in a sec, but whatever. Hopper clock tells the lowest dispenser to eject water. Tells the observer to tell the next one, etc. And basically just every... I don't know. I guess we'll time it to see how long it takes to A, push water out to the sides, and B, push anything being pushed by the water over the side. That's actually a separate number, which is why it takes longer. We'll just have to find it out, trial and error for a bit, because we're pretty much out of time, so I don't want to focus too much on all that. I got stuff in my hands because reasons. Anyway, where are you now? Oh. But it does work. We have witches from hell up there. That's why I guess that's redundant-ish. 18. I don't know how many other animals too. Whatever. I don't care. The point is, we have that, and we just set up a system to utilize it, push them down to somewhere. It doesn't even have to be this far. Although with Enderman happening, I guess water will kill them on their own. They won't know where to go. They might possibly teleport up to slabs. I don't really know. We can set up a catcher system down here and then send that off to the side and up a water lift, and then we have everything that comes out of it. So there's still some to do, but the hard part is done. It's just, okay, I don't want to talk about it. So we'll get out of here, figure out. I might... Is that a slime?
Yep.
Is it up there?
No.
Where the hell is it coming? What did we miss?
The big ones fall and break into the little ones, which are now...
Kill them. I gotta go. We're out of time. So, see you later. Bye.